Hello everyone, it's Angel from GemTCG here, and today's video I'm going to be talking about the concept of working for the life that you want to live. And this is going to be more of a mentality or maybe even philosophy type of video. And I will sprinkle in relevant examples in the TCG reselling business, but I think it's more of something that could help you for your entire life rather than just on the Pokemon or whatever TCG you sell. And to just explain what I mean by work for the life you want to live it's pretty simple, maybe, or at least to me it's pretty simple, and it's just do things that you enjoy doing and that would bring you a life that you want to live. So for example, I personally want to be my own business owner and have a company that makes a lot of money so that I don't have to work a 9 to 5, and I just want to be not worried about money, financially free. That's the life I want to live. So to do that, I have to work a certain way. I can't get to that lifestyle by in like this business selling bulk cards as a whole business, because bulk cards, as much cards as you could sell, it won't get you that life, or at least it won't give me the life that I want to live. And then on the extreme end, on the opposite end, I don't really like the selling extremely high-end cards, PSA $10,000 cards. I don't like selling those, so I don't entertain that and I don't try it, even though if I were to get into that side, I could probably make some pretty big sales and make, I don't even know what, I've seen some people make 10,000 a day in sales. Obviously the profit is different, but they make a lot of big value sales. And this is more so in the sports card industry. Pokemon is a little bit different. There's less of a ceiling, I guess. So I fall right in the middle where it's like, I don't want to drain myself doing this business, because at the moment, one of the things I really like doing and one of the things I am doing is building TCG Automate, and focusing on that is one of my biggest priorities right now, because there's just so much potential with it. It's growing so fast and people are really loving the tool. So I want to just keep growing it. And even before that, when I was in college and I was still trying to build apps and build software that I could hopefully one day make money off of, I didn't have the time to just sort and list every single card one by one, like a 5 cent card, 10-cent card. I just did not have the time for that, and I did not see the overall value of it. So what I would do is I bought a bunch of cards that are worth $2 to $10, and I would flip those on eBay. And there were two main benefits from that. One, it wasn't as time consuming, because if I'm only getting a few hundred cards a week, it's a lot easier to list that than to go through 10,000 bulk cards and list them all. And then two, when you're selling cards for $5 to $10 and you make, let's just say, $2 to $3 profit on each one, that adds up a lot quicker than if you're selling 1,000 cards at 5 cent profit per card. And it's also a lot more work, and or at least for me, it took me away from living my life, because I was so focused on just selling single, very low-end bulk cards, and to me, it just didn't make sense. Another very relevant example is the vending videos that I've made, and me saying personally, I don't enjoy them. I don't like vending. I don't like how it takes up so much time out of it. Basically takes up an entire day for me, if not 2 days, because if you include the prep, and it's very draining for me. So I was aware of that. I cut it out of the business model. I've only tried it twice, so it's kind of easy to shift out of, but I noticed that, cut it out, and then that's it. That is not the life that I wanted to work for, if that makes sense. I didn't want to have a business or live a life where I am vending and doing something that I don't enjoy once a month, twice a month, whatever, however often it is. It's not something I wanted. So I made the decision to do what I want to do and what I enjoy doing, which is selling on eBay. It's a lot less hectic, a lot less time consuming, and much more rewarding to me. So I just focused on that. And obviously in the past 3 or 4 years, it has paid off very well by focusing on what you want to do, because another benefit is when you do something that you want to do, you're just going to be naturally more passionate about it and more, I guess, hungry or driven to do that thing. And my fiance has noticed this about me a lot, which is if I want to do something, I will work at it from the morning till the time I go to sleep. And I'll work very hard at it and I'll do it really well. But if I do not want to do something, I will still often get it done, but I'm a lot slower with it and I do not do it as well. And if you carry this kind of mentality, I don't know if this applies to you guys, but this is definitely how it is for me. If you carry this personality, I guess, not mentality, to your life and to the things that you want to accomplish, you keep trying to do things that aren't going to get you to where you want to be, or they're just something that is naturally very hard for you to do, it's going to be much harder to be successful at it. And in turn, you're going to deal with things like burnout or just failure in general. Because it's almost like if you had to paint a picture, it would be like climbing a hill versus running down a hill. If you do things you're good at or that you enjoy doing, it's going to be like running down a hill. But if you have to do things that are hard for you to do or you don't enjoy doing or you don't see the long-term goal in doing it, it's going to be like running uphill, obviously much harder. And there are many things that you have to think about with this overall concept, which is just having goals in mind for long-term things, and then just being aware of what you're good at and what you enjoy doing. And also not making the excuse of just saying, oh, I'm not good at this, so I can't do it. Or I don't enjoy doing this, so I won't do it. Because it is very easy to fall for that excuse. And I've done it multiple times. One thing that I sucked at was, or I don't even know if I'm better. I'm definitely better at it, but I did suck at it for a long time, and I'm still working on getting better on it, which is communicating and talking about things out loud. Because something that I was not good at, or I'm still working on, is being able to articulate my opinion and say my thoughts out loud. Because sometimes it'll make sense in my head, but I can't get it out there, or get it out there in a clear manner. And that is one of the things on why I started this YouTube channel, is because one, I wanted to get better at just talking about things, and two, I knew the value of being able to make videos and build a community or a following. And even though I was a very shy person and I very much disliked talking on camera, I still made the effort to try it out because the goal that came with it was much more important to me than the difficulty of starting. And that's just about me. But to bring it back to the trading card thing, a lot of people watch your videos and they think, oh, I need to start selling bulk cards because this person sells bulk cards and they're doing so well. Or I need to start flipping PSA 10s because this person just made a $10,000 sale. So many examples, so many different things. But what they fail to realize is, would you actually enjoy doing that? And would you actually enjoy doing that in a long 5 to 10 year thing? Because sure, you could get some bulk cards and start sorting through it, and it may be fun at first. You're getting a bunch of cards, you're doing all these new things, but then after a while, when you start building up your inventory and you have 50,000 cards listed, and you're spending 5 to 10 hours a day just listing cards and doing orders to make, personally, I don't know what the numbers are for full-time bulk sellers, but let's just say you're making $100 profit a day and you're working that much. Is it really worth it to you? Are you actually going to enjoy it at that scale? Same thing with the high-end cards. If you're buying cards to grade them, or you're already buying graded cards that are $1,000+, would the stress from dealing with cards at that high of a value be okay to you, or would it completely destroy you and stress you out a ton? Because I know for me, I've been doing this for 4+ years, and every time I get a sale that's above $500, there is a part of me that gets worried or gets stressed out, because what if something goes wrong? What if it gets lost in the mail, or they receive it and they don't like it, or they're a scammer and they try to scam me or something? Luckily, that's never happened to me before, but it's still a pretty valid concern because it does happen in the real world. And I know I was talking a lot about the money aspect of this, work for the life you want to live, but another thing is also just the overall lifestyle. Like me personally, I really enjoy having a peaceful life, being at home when I can, not having to go out every day. I don't enjoy leaving the house, which is very lazy, but I just enjoy being at home, have my coffee, be comfortable, and work. That is a dream lifestyle for me. So, selling cards online, having inventory come to me from people online, getting it shipped to my door, and then I just list it and I could ship it, go to the post office once a day. That is amazing to me, honestly. And that's another thing of why I don't care for the vending part, because vending requires me to be gone for a full day, be in a pretty hectic environment. I don't enjoy it. So it doesn't mean it's a bad thing, but it's just personally I don't like it. And then for you guys, a lot of people I've met buying inventory from, they are very outgoing and they really enjoy talking to people. And for those people, I would say that would be a great thing for them, is to go to a card show and start vending. But if you're more of a laid back person, you don't like dealing with a bunch of people at once, then selling stuff online like eBay and TCG Player would be the better approach. And I think that's just very important to keep in mind, at least consider when you're trying to pick which area of this you're trying to get into, or just on an overall basis. What life do you want to live? And then what are you going to do to get to that? Do you want to be someone that's going out meeting people all day, making big ticket sales and stuff like that? Then vending and selling on in-person things might be the better approach for you. But if you are someone that just likes to take things day by day, maybe be more laid back with everything, you don't like interacting with people a bunch of times or a bunch of times at once, I guess, and you may be selling cards in the $2 to $10 range, or like anything lower end, then selling stuff online might be the best approach for you. And obviously there are exceptions. Not everyone's going to fit into those two categories, but I think that's a general rule, and the majority of people will fall into those two. But honestly, this was just a way to talk about that concept, and hopefully it made sense. Let me know what you guys think, and if you agree or disagree. I'm curious to hear what your guys' thoughts are on this, because to me it makes sense, but I don't know if it makes sense to you all. So I'm really curious to see what your guys' thoughts are, and I hope you found it helpful. And I'll see you all in the next video.